Hi, my name is Mary,
And my name is Christine.
and we are sisters, and we are the co hosts of the weekly podcast, Dawson Cries. My sister and I started this podcast about a year and a half ago to take our mind of the mind numbing, soul sucking ennui. And here we are, season 4, episode 2. This episode is called Falling Down, something I'm unfortunately all too familiar with.
Oh, Mary.
I've had my fair share of slips and trips in public. Um, yeah, so kicking it off this week is going to be Christine.
Hi, listeners. Mary, I wrote this episode titled that is Failing Down. So that might have been a fail
Oh,
on my part.
no, I think you're right. I didn't have my contacts
Oh,
in.
no. Aw.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, we're going to pick ourselves back up from the little trip we just took and just dive right in. So we're back at Capeside High. The cast of characters had a wonderful summer, but now it's back to school, and they're seniors this year. And Pacey and Joey are kind of walking up to the school building. It's the morning. And Pacey is telling Joey that he has to go to the guidance counselor after school for some kind of meeting. And Joey does not have to do this, so Pacey's a little worried, wondering what it might be. And then they start talking about their different wants and their needs within their relationship. And they're like talking about this as they're walking up to school. They're in school. They're kind of bantering a little bit as they do. And they're trying to figure out, like, so we've been a couple. We've been a couple out at sea. It's just been us two. We didn't have to worry about anyone else um, seeing us in this capacity. So what are we going to do, like, for example, with PDA? Are we a couple that's going to indulge in that or not? And Joey's like, no, we're not doing any of that. And then Pacey kind of convinces her to change her mind, and they both start kissing very passionately in the hall. And Mary, it's like perfect timing. As soon as they're like really hot and heavy, the big D walks up and just totally is like, oh, great.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, poor Dawson. He's just trying to get to class.
yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is for real."
Yeah, it's right in his face.
Mhm.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Joey and Andy having a conversation about, what comes next. Like, this is the start of their senior year. They gotta start planning. And Joey says if she can't get a job and raise some funds, that she's gonna wind up at Capeside Community College. And Andy has an idea for her to make some quick money. She suggests that she work at the Capeside Yacht Club. But, Joey with that surname that's frowned upon,
Mhm.
she doesn't think it'll be possible being a potter to be a waitress. So, you know. Um, Andy's advice is that in the interview process, if things start going south, that she should just drop a name, drop a big name like they do in Hollywood. And Andy happens to know that the Ross family is very important at the yacht club, and that Owen is the son and he's really sexy, and that Joey should just pretend to know them. I think this is like a really bad idea because it's such a small town. Everyone knows Joey Potter is the daughter of a drug dealer. And surely this woman could just ask the Rosses, like, oh, you know Joey Potter? And they'd be like, who? And so I think that plan is really half baked. But Joey seems convinced. And I was just sort of noticing, like, Andy is really boy crazy lately. And I couldn't tell if she kept talking about, like, hotties, because she was saying there were, like, hotties that were in the yacht club as well. And I couldn't really tell if she was, like, saying that because she wanted Joey to get distracted by hotties, or because she herself is boy crazy.
Oh. Yeah, that's interesting thinking Joe is about Joey getting distracted. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I was just like, is Andy trying to break up Joey and Pacey?
That would be pretty nefarious.
I mean, maybe just not even, maybe just
Right.
subconsciously, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed a little bit like Andy's not. I mean, this season she's boy crazy, but she hasn't been that boy crazy in the past.
No,
You
this
know?
is like a new development. It's true.
Yeah.
She misses her booba.
She does, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe he went back to France, Who knows?
Oh, au revoir. um,
um,
then, yeah, I'm not sure where Gretchen and Dee are. I don't remember. I watched this episode
they're
a few
at
days ago.
they're at Gallery of Sound.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're have a great conversation about music.
Yeah, well, Gretchen's
Oh,
looking for housing on the wall of the CD store. Listeners, Gallery of Sound was a local music store where we grew up, so that's
I
why
spent
we
so
referenced
much money there, Mary. So
it.
many hours and so much money.
I didn't spend too much money there, but it was fun to
I
go.
loved it. Yes. Oh, it was the best.
Yeah, it's
It's
closed, just like all the
closed.
blockbusters.
R.I.P. I wonder, is the one by the mall still open? Probably
No,
not.
no, it's closed. It's closed.
Damn it.
Yeah. The last CD I bought there was the Childish Gambino CD.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not that long ago.
It was college. It was a while ago.
Oh.
But I remember buying it. And then
That's
drive it
it.
away.
Oh.
Yeah, and then that was my last purchase.
Now it's all podcasts.
Yeah, well, don't hate on podcasts. I think.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I noticed this in my writing group. Oh yeah, like we're on
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I forgot we're recording one right now. I remember. Oh yeah, so like in my writers groups, people are always writing plays about different things that are like kind of niche. And every single time someone brings in a new play and it's about a certain subject matter, I'm always like, I got a podcast recommendation for you. That's going to be good research. No matter what it's about, I always have one.
Oh, you do
There's
have
a podcast for everything.
You have your finger on the pulse of the podcasting Rolodex, Mary.
I'm really obsessed with it, and I started listening to this really good one. Well, this week, called The Dropout, about that Elizabeth Holmes and the Theranos scandal.
Oh, that would be interesting.
It was interesting because that's one of the few scandals that I know nothing about. I like to keep abreast of my scandals. But that one, something about the blood aspect of it just wasn't in my wheelhouse. So I didn't.
I've been getting emails about that one just from my health following.
Yeah, you should. It's really interesting. I mean, I really think she was able to fool a lot of people just because she changed her voice to sound really deep.
Well, they say that's more people trust you more or whatever.
I mean, that's my theory. I mean, a lot of the people she scammed were men, and a lot of women were quick to notice that she was a scammer. And a lot of men fell for it, and I kind of think that's why.
Those suckers.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's cool.
That's cool. She did scam women too, but that's my theory.
Yeah.
So.
No, I like that. I feel like there's some weight to that.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to our like early 2000s dream world where CD stores existed.
And it wasn't a scammer on every corner.
Right. Oh, good Lord. That's so true. Yeah, we're all getting like scammed. Yeah, Gretchen and Dawson are talking about music and how Dawson has awful taste.
It's not surprising.
No, it's not. I mean, music has never... Although, it's funny because he apparently wanted to be a musician when he was the kid. Remember the Imagine poster?
I guess. That's like a detail that's just thrown in there from nowhere.
Yeah, there's no real evidence to back it up. But he's returning, like, great CDs. And Gretchen is like, what are you doing returning the Grateful Dead? Like, silly boy. He's like, I just don't get it. It was my parents. And she's like, oh, okay. So Mitch and Gail have way better taste in music than their son does. That's weird. Right. So she's like judging him for that. And then she's also kind of upset to hear that he and Pacey just really aren't friends anymore. They're not getting along. And she doesn't think that's right.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, it looks like the CDC's turning in are like 10 years old. And then Gwen, I liked how she dropped like the Sub Pop label. She's like, right. I knew everyone on this record label. It's like, oh. Or Gretchen, not Gwen.
Yeah, it's like, who's Gwen? Your friend from high school?
Yeah, I wrote Gwen, but I was like, no, that's my friend from high school.
It's Gretchen. Who was on that label then?
Back then, I don't know, but right now it's like there's a lot of indie, like popular indie bands on Sub Pop.
Hmm.
So
Well, there you go.
yeah, it's kind of have to
Um.
look back because it's kind of cool that it's still around.
Yeah, I mean, she's not that much older than Dee.
No,
I mean, I kind of feel like they're gonna have a thing.
well, that was his first crush. So there's like,
I guess. I thought that was supposed to be Joey.
I know, but maybe his first like just like totally unrealistic. Like Joey was probably like a serious crush. She was probably just like, ooh, she's really good looking.
The first girl that caught his eye.
Yeah, that like sexually excited him,
I
maybe.
mean, I think something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Maybe not a relationship, but maybe he'll lose his V to her,
See, that would be perfect.
and then she'll go back to college.
That would be the perfect way because it's someone you know
Kind of like
well.
when he was gonna hook up with that girl. Remember when they went to the bar with that guy from New
Yeah,
York?
the older woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like Dawson would do well with that.
you
He
do.
needs some like hand holding a little bit.
Yeah.
And he needs a confident woman who's not going to let his insecurities and his like babbling derail the sex.
Oh
Like
God, yeah.
Dawson, shush. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
um,
Put a gag in his mouth.
yes, yeah, like take it.
Don't him to stop
50
talking.
Shades of D. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. No, I feel like that would be good. And like she obviously cares about him, so it wouldn't be super empty. He would fall apart if it was like a
Right. He wouldn't
meaningless
be able to handle it.
fuck. Yeah, it would be just too much for him.
No.
So that yeah, Mary. I mean, hope so. I hope something happens soon.
It's a theory.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be interesting if Dee lost his V before Pacey and Joey had sex?
It would be crazy. Yeah. It would be
That would
so
be.
unbelievable though. I'd be like, no.
You think? Well, I mean, maybe not if he does it with Gretchen.
I know. I just feel like Joey and Pacey really would have done it on the boat.
I know, but they didn't. And then what if I mean, Joey might get jealous, and then what's that gonna do?
Drama.
We'll see. Here I am writing the series for them. I mean, these are my theories. This is where I think it's going. Um, because I'm kind of sick of the Dawson, you know, stirring up jealousy, but it seems like it's where it's going. They don't want to let go of it, so
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
maybe Joey will stir up the jealousy next, like you said.
Yeah. So I don't know. So then speaking of jealous, we've got Jen compulsively checking her email. Jack calls her out on it, and she thinks it's clear that Henry has forsaken her for another. And she notices that it's becoming an alarming trend that he's never available when she wants to reach out to him. And I'm like, this Henry, he's gonna live to regret this. You know,
Yeah.
you don't ignore Jen Lindley and not be haunted by that fatal mistake. And she really feels like it's her fault. She's guilty. She's not enough for him. She's like, is it possible that I'm not a very good cybersex partner? Jen, I'm sure you're great at it. Don't blame yourself. It's awkward.
Yeah, I was just like, oh God. Like, Henry, you're never going to do better than Jen.
Never, never, never,
No,
never.
I'm just so glad that Jenry is fizzling, though.
I know. Fuck Jenry.
Yeah, it's long distance. Like, he's a freshman. It's just not going to work. I guess he's a
Yeah,
sophomore
he
now,
just.
but then yeah, Jack gets on the computer and he sees that he got some email, and
Uh-oh.
Jen's a little suspicious. Jack's like, "Oh, it's nothing," but we.
I know. I kind of thought it was going to be Ethan, or that it was going to be that other guy who was messaging him on AIM. He had his AIM name. Who knows how? His little stalker.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, or even someone connected to his dad.
Ooh.
But yeah, we find out who was emailing him. It's not who you want it to be.
No, it's bad.
Yeah. So then we hop over to Joey's interview at the yacht club. It starts out with a big heap of lies, saying my daddy does this, and my daddy made his money in pharmaceuticals, and my daddy and I spent our summers sailing. And the interviewer just like looks right through her and is like, riddle me this. Were you a deckhand or a stowaway? Ouch. But then Joey claps back with, before I submit to another second of your thinly veiled bitchery, do you need a waitress or not? I really liked that line. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I mean, people that can
And
afford to join a yacht club aren't serving at the
gonna
restaurant.
work there.
Yeah. So it's like you
Right.
have to hire the Joeys.
Right, exactly. It's insane. But this woman is like not impressed by Joey's lies, and she's like, the position has already been filled. And then Joey manages to like she takes Andy's advice and she's like, "Well, I'll be sure to tell the Rosses that you said hello." And then her head turns so fast, and I was like, "Oh, brother, this woman would not fall for that." Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this whole plot seemed a little contrived.
Right.
Um, I don't know, just dropping names. It doesn't work like that well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It usually comes off as like pretty obvious and like kind of
I'm pretty
desperate.
desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works.
I don't
Joey
know.
dropped it. She got the job.
Yeah, she does. She gets the job. But I'm wondering what happened to her job at the B&B. Bessie's just keeping all that money now?
I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Because she was being paid when she worked at the ice house.
Yeah, and I thought some of that money would go towards Joey's schooling.
Yeah, me too. When Bessie was like, oh, we're flush, we've got 17K.
Yeah. I mean, I
I don't
know,
know.
well, even in the early 2000s, that only got you so far in higher ed, so.
Right. But
Joey's gonna
still,
fill
I
out that
mean,
FAFSA, baby.
yeah, I mean, no matter what, Joey's going to have to apply for scholarships and loans and whatever. But,
Yeah, I wonder how
yeah.
much student debt she has right now.
Oh,
I'm
Christine.
sorry. She's probably, no,
She's
she's
going to get
probably
a
rich.
scholarship.
She will, she will.
And I don't think she would go somewhere that's like crazy expensive. I think she's too smart for
No,
that.
she's not status obsessed.
No.
Mary
Um,
Mitch is back at the Capeside. Hi, baby.
oh my
He is
god.
subbing as the guidance counselor.
Wasn't he like he had a real job
He's
there,
the
didn't
football
he?
coach.
But he was also a teacher.
Was he subbing or was he really a teacher?
I don't know what he was
I
doing.
know.
It's like he can't hold a job. They keep moving him around.
He's just conveniently filling all the gaps. Oh, Mitch.
Yeah.
But he has the meeting with Pacey since he's the new
Right.
guidance counselor temporarily. So Pacey really fucked up. He flunked science, history, and English.
I mean, I'm surprised because like Pacey, this happened to him before, but he pulled it around, I thought.
He did with
And
Andy
then
when Andy was
but
helping
then I
him.
guess when he and Andy broke up, it went south again,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
think so.
Oh, Pacey. You need to learn to get grades for yourself, not to impress a girl.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he just gave up. He's like, what's the point? But that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Pacey, you have a bright future ahead of you.
Hmm.
But he's really got to work his ass off and focus if he wants to graduate. And Mitch gave him some tough love, some fatherly advice, and spoke to him as
Yeah, but then
as a friend.
I thought that was weird. I was like, Mitch, you're not his friend. You're his friend's
Father.
father. You're not his friend. But Mitch wanted to be Dawson's friend and not his dad anymore. So Mitch just doesn't understand boundaries or friendship or whatever.
No, but he's trying to get through to the youths.
To the youths. He's like, hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. Oh, Mitch.
Yeah. So apparently Pacey needs to take all those classes over again, or else he's not going to graduate. And I'll have to repeat senior year.
No, that would suck.
It would really suck.
Especially if
Everyone would
Joey's
go on
off in
without him.
college.
It's kind of, it's never a good look to be the one who has to repeat.
Ooh, no.
Especially senior year. Everyone's so excited to leave.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, then we meet up with Gretchen again. And Pacey and her are looking for apartments. Because Gretchen's going to move out of Doug's place. So I guess she's back for the long haul. She's not going back to college anytime soon. So she's kind of being a townie,
Yeah, she is.
you know,
Yeah.
in a sense.
We don't know what, we still don't
Um,
know her story.
yeah, we still don't know what happened. But yeah, she's looking for somewhere cheap. Pacey's helping her out, and they start talking about Pacey's grades, and we find out that Pacey hasn't told Joey yet about school, and Gretchen really encourages him to tell her, but he's not keen on it.
Yeah, he'd rather not.
Right.
Um, Joey, meanwhile, is at her new job. She
Mm-hmm.
is waiting tables, I guess is the phrase. And there's like a young guy who I guess she kind of forgot about because he's being a bit of a dick because she didn't get him an iced tea that he ordered like an hour ago.
All right, that's a long
It is
time,
a long
though.
time.
Like, she's doing pretty bad at her job. She was never actually a good waitress, though.
No, that's true.
If you remember, because at first I was like, oh, they should give her the job. She has experience. And then I was like, oh, wait, yeah, she was bad at it. Like, she was always rude to the customers and forgetting things and dropping stuff. And yeah,
Yeah, she had some
flustered.
attitude and yeah.
Right.
Um, and Mary, fun fact, I was reading
Yeah.
IMDb about this episode because I
Okay.
was trying to find a quote that I couldn't remember.
Oh.
But apparently, this character that plays this boy originally auditioned for the role of Jack McPhee. Lost
Oh.
Out is that role, and so he was cast as this character.
Oh,
Isn't that
wow.
crazy?
That is crazy.
I know.
Well, it's good they brought him back. Or they wanted to cast him in a different role.
Yeah, he has at least a little part of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
I just thought that was
What did you think?
interesting.
That is interesting. Did you think he was hot?
A little bit.
He seemed older than them. Like, I could see why he wouldn't get the part.
Yeah. He seems like less like he has more of like a happy face. Jack looks like the tortured, going through some shit face.
Right. Although I'm not sure if that was the character from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I wonder how planned that was for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's interesting though.
Yeah, I thought so. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, this guy's like also trying to like imagine Joey's life story. Like he thinks that she was probably recently dumped and that's why she's working there. And he's saying all these things that are really like upsetting because he's trying to purposely get her to spit in his food. And then he's just like straight up harassing her. He's just like following her around the restaurant, lurking over her shoulder. And then she's like, I mean, I just think he's like a self-hating rich boy, you know? But then he's like signing his receipt and dun dun dun, his name is Ross. His name is Owen Ross.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, look out. Big shot that Joey is already supposed to know. It's the hot Owen Ross that Andy was talking about.
Yep. So Joey's like, okay, gotta change my tactics.
I gotta stop being so sassy. But presumably everybody in the yacht club is gonna be someone important, so she should be nice to all of them, right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
And also it's kind of silly for, I mean, if Joey says she doesn't care about high society, it's kind of hypocritical of her to kiss his ass.
Yes. I know. That was annoying. I mean, I worked at a country club in high school.
I thought so.
Yeah, I didn't do any ass kissing. It was like,
Well, you were a lifeguard.
I was a lifeguard. It's like, fuck you people.
Ah.
Oh, some terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one guy. I'm gonna immortalize this on the pod because it was so unbelievable. It was the day when it was pouring rain, and no one obviously wants to go swimming in the pouring rain. So as lifeguards, we would all get pumped, be like, "Yes, we're not gonna have to work." But we keep the pool open for like an hour or so to see if the rain slows down. So we were all hanging out in the snack bar, so we didn't have to obviously sit in the rain. And this man shows up, and he's got his trunks on, his loafers, and he brings a newspaper, and he's angry that the lifeguards are all in the snack bar and not out ready to guard his life. So he sits.
Well, he reads the paper.
He sits on a lounge chair, stretches out, his legs out, everything. It's complete downpour. And he's got his paper open and he's reading the paper in the pouring rain and we all have to sit outside watching him. It's like the stupidest.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little umbrella and a little table by the front, like, of the pool. And we all sat under there and I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, does this guy have absolutely no life? He needs to, like...
Did he have an umbrella above him?
No. He was, like, getting
just
soaked.
getting wet.
Getting soaked. His paper was getting soaked. I'm sure all the ink was bleeding. Like, if I couldn't read anything.
Whoa,
Mary, it was such a weird... I was like, this can't be really happening.
Wow.
But yes, it did. So some people want to feel so important that they make high school children be like their servants at their whim.
Sit out in the rain.
Sit out in the rain with them. Yeah.
That's crazy. What a jerk.
So, I mean, Joey, don't work at the yacht club. Like, find some other gig. You don't need these people.
Yeah, that's pretty awful.
That's my advice.
I don't think anyone's ever treated me like... Well, I did catering when I lived in London, and a lot of the other waiters were from, like, other countries, and English was a second language for them. And a lot of the people that would come through, like, assumed I couldn't speak English, which was kind of really weird. And they would be like, I would like another wine, and, like, tap the wine, and I would be like, okay. Like, and then you just see their face, like, be surprised.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah, that was really sucky. And the place I worked at, like, they took all our tips.
Oh.
They wouldn't let us keep any tips. And I did so many weddings there, and we didn't get a single tip.
Wow. That's not good.
It was awful. It was awful. And they didn't have any women's clothing, so I had to wear a men's shirt. And they also didn't have, like, any size close to mine, so I had to wear, like, a large purple men's shirt. It was so disturbingly unflattering. I remember I wore it the one day, like, in my apartment when I was, like, getting ready to leave for work. And my flatmate was like, oh my God, like, you look horrible. And he laughed for like 10 minutes and he took a photo of me. He's like, that's the most unflattering outfit I've ever seen. I'm like, all right, well, with that, I gotta go. I really hated that. I don't know why I did it so long.
Oh, Mary. You're like Joey.
It was hard to get a job because I was I needed the money. I was in grad school and I was living in a foreign country. So not a lot of places want to, like, hire you because you're not going to be around for long.
Yeah. You did what you had to do.
In the catering biz, making terrible money.
Oh,
it was so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, anyway, that's my rant.
Oh.
This episode, I didn't love this episode, so...
No, I wasn't too crazy about it.
It's kind of boring, so we're just going to scatter in our own personal stories to liven it up a little.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good music. Dawson's trying to get into the Grateful Dead.
Oh my God, Christine, you're so obsessed with the music. It's not like we even got to hear any of it.
I know, but I liked the Grateful Dead in high school, and I was like, yeah. And then
Dawson doesn't.
Mitch is trying to explain to Dawson, the Dead were a phenomenon to be experienced live. And obviously, Jerry Garcia was dead when I was in high school, but I did see Bob Weir. It's like, I think the band's Rat Dog. I went with my friend who's like a total hippie, and it was us and like really old hippies at this concert.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
So...
Did you drop acid and wear hemp?
I was definitely wearing a hemp necklace. I did not drop any acid.
Right.
That was a fun concert, though. Even sober.
Nice.
Get into the jams.
Dawson knows that he doesn't want to drop acid and that he doesn't want to wear any hemp. And he kind of likes being less cool than his parents.
Dawson.
I was like, Dawson, it's so pathetic that you know that and you're okay with it.
Yeah, well, at least he's self-aware about it.
I guess. But Mitch, the real reason he's visiting Dawson is just to tell him about Pacey's situation. And he's like, listen, I think one of my favorite things about you as my son is that you're someone who your friends can turn to. And you better be there to support Pacey in his education. And Dawson's like, Dad, this is my world. This is my life. And I don't give a F about Pacey. And I'm certainly not going to help him do anything. He's being a real pouty bitch about it.
Yeah,
What
well,
do you think?
he's hurt obviously because Pacey got Joey.
I know, but also, like, what can you even do? Like, if one of my friends was failing school, I'd be like, get a tutor? I don't know how I could help you.
Well, he probably just wants Dawson to be like, "Hey, Pacey, I know you're going through something. It's really hard. I just want you to know I'm here for you if you need anything. Like, just be a support,
But he's
probably."
not there for him. He can't.
Yeah, and Dawson tells him he can't do it, and then Mitch is like, "Well, maybe you know someone who can," meaning Joey, meaning like tell Joey to help him.
Right.
Um, but then, oh, Mary, I think we learned from Jack. Jen and Jack are
Mhm.
hanging out. Oh yeah, they're like a romantic
No, Jack and
spot.
Andy.
Oh, it's Jack and Andy? Oh shit. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
He told her, yeah, Henry wants a break.
I know. What the fuck?
Ew, Henry. Oh, yeah, I wrote this quote
I
down.
don't understand.
I think this is Andy. Guys are maddening creatures.
Yes, that I wrote that down. That is Andy.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I agree. Jack,
They really
Jack
are.
agrees
And
too.
Jen is way out of your league.
Yeah, he knows it. Andy's even
You
like, well,
know?
he had all those like overtures of love.
Yeah, he was so
Yeah, like
stalkerish.
what's he doing? Like what is he thinking? And
Man, suck.
Jack told Andy that he offered to talk to Jen for Henry, and Andy's like,
Oh
"Don't do
God.
that. I'm
Yeah.
against that. I am
Henry
too.
better do it on his
Make him do
own.
his own dirty
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, get some
Don't make
bravery.
Jack do that shit."
You like hiding around, going making Jack do it.
Mary, it's like worse than getting text message broken up, get email broken up with.
Oh my
That's
God.
low.
I mean, no, getting email broken up with through your friend.
It's so like you can't really get much lower.
It's like third degree breakup.
Yikes.
It's terrible.
I forgot that people
Yeah.
used to do that when you were a kid.
Do what?
like someone would tell someone else to break up with you. Do you remember people doing that?
Oh. Oh yeah, like
Like really
maybe in
young.
like fifth grade or
Yes. Yeah.
something.
Like oh
Yeah, like Drew doesn't want to go out with you anymore. It's
yeah.
like we've only been going out for 2 hours. Like something really
Oh,
extreme.
so
Yeah.
funny. I know that gave me a flashback. I was like, oh yeah, that did kind of happen.
Not in high school.
No, not in high school. But Henry's very mature.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, then we get to see Joey and Pacey. They're back on the boat. They're eating some
They're always on
pizza.
that's their happy place.
I
But
know.
can they be happy off the boat?
We'll see. I know. It's a good point.
Yeah. Right now, they're not even happy on the
They're
boat.
not. They're not. They need to be sailing it, I guess.
Yeah. Joey's asking too many questions.
Yeah, it's she's curious about what the guidance counselor meeting was about.
Mm-hmm.
Pacey's not really being very forthcoming about it. Joey starts talking about her new job. And then she's kind of talking about how she doesn't want to become a townie. And then
Yeah.
Pacey gets a little bit defensive and a little bit aggressive about that. So he starts to pick a fight with Joey. Like, well, what if I were a townie? Would I not be good enough for you? Blah, blah, blah. And it looks like for all intents and purposes, that he's drinking beer. It's probably like root beer.
Oh, is he? I didn't notice
He's
that.
got a glass bottle. And I was like, Pacey looks like a huge
Oh.
loser townie right now. Like, they really played that up. And the buzz cut, it's just the whole thing. But it
Yeah.
made me wonder, because like Joey, I remember with Joey and Dawson, she was always really worried that she would be like too low class for him
Yeah.
because she's from the other side of the creek.
Oh, yeah.
And now Pacey feels that way about Joey. And I'm like, it's
Right.
just Joey. She's not that kind of girl.
Yeah, but she does have big dreams.
Yeah, and she's very smart.
And she already's been with a college guy,
Oh
so.
my God, AJ. Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, you know.
Right, yeah. It just seems like that's not Joey's not going to care about that. Like she just wants better things for
Right.
herself because that's where she comes from.
Yeah, but she also expects the guy she's with to be ambitious and smart.
Yeah, and Dawson was very smart.
Yeah, and ambitious.
Yes, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so Pacey's pretty insecure about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so the next day, Pacey's skipping school. And Joey will not stop sucking up to Owen Ross.
Yeah, she is
You
sucking
know?
up hard. Ugh.
She's no longer entertaining him with her sass. And Owen wants the sassy girl back, so he starts filling her in on the sexy shenanigans of the country club crew. This one's sleeping with that one. That one's got fake boobs and is sleeping with that one, and blah, 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 blah. And he just says, all the money in the world, not an ounce of class.
Yeah, it's like school on Sunday. Nope, no
Mm.
class.
I'm like, where's she going with this?
That's actually a joke I heard from our old swim coach, Mary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
I'd heard it before, but I don't remember. You'll have to tell me who it was off the pod.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could give him credit on the pod.
Yeah.
It was Stephen O'Connor for acquiring mine.
You don't have to give him his last name.
Well, I mean, it's okay.
All right. So, Jen and Jack, this is the moment of truth with the, the breakup.
Yeah, now they're at the dock. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jen's like, you rang? I ran. What's up? And Jen says she's actually feeling pretty good about everything. And she's just going to give Henry some time. And Jack's like, well, yeah, but what if things aren't fine between you and Henry after all? And Jen's, rightly very confused. And she's like, have you talked to Henry? And he's like, yeah. And then things escalate very quickly from there. And Jen gets really pissed off. And she's like, he's lying to you. And you're lying to me. And she storms off.
Yeah, that's that. Jenry is back to plain old Jen and Henry.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was time. It was time.
I mean, yeah.
I feel bad for Jen, though. Like, she doesn't deserve that bullshit.
I know, but why do we have to go through all that stuff with her driving all the way out there? And
Oh my God, I know.
just let Jenry die.
Yeah, hopefully that's the end of it.
Yeah, just let it be over.
Give her someone that's worthy.
Yeah.
Thank you, next.
Right.
But then, yeah, Dawson.
then-
Oh, sorry.
No, go.
Dawson shows up to Joey's, and he is going to return some CDs that he borrowed from 3 years ago.
Yeah. Counting Crows CDs.
Are they Counting Crows?
Yeah.
Oh, Dawson.
Can you name a single Counting Crows
I can,
song?
because I had a friend in college who would play Mr. Jones all the fucking time.
How does it go? Sing it.
Oh, Mary, you know how Mr. Jones goes.
No, I don't, and I'm the one who usually sings, so you gotta sing it.
Mr. Jones and me walking through the barrio. Look at the beautiful woman. She's looking at you. Oh, no, she's
I don't
looking
think so.
at me.
She's looking
Yeah.
at me. Is that Counting Crows?
Yeah, I think so. And they also sing that, is it Long December? Long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last.
Well, there you have
There's
it,
a lot
listeners.
of Counting Crows hits. I listened to a lot of them in dive bars in college. And some of my other friends
Wow.
rolled their eyes.
Yeah.
It was funny, though. My friend would always belt it out.
Yeah.
But
a
they
dive
were
bar- that's a
popular.
dive bar song.
It's fun.
Yeah. Well, Joey doesn't even want them back.
Yeah,
she's like, what the fuck do I want with this Counting Crows?
like Dawson
CD?
3 years ago.
Come on.
But Dawson's really there to talk about Pacey, so he's had a change of
Of
heart.
course.
He's gonna do the right thing. He brings up Pacey and his school struggles.
Mm.
And they kind of talk about like disappointment and how, he didn't want to, I don't know. Dawson's getting really dramatic about it. And I just have
He's always dramatic.
it's like, yeah, like Dawson. I just want to give him a hug. I would give him a bath, give him a hug. The thought of disappointing her is crippling. And
Yeah, I mean, he goes on along. He's like, when you love someone, you want her to be proud of you. You want her to think there's nothing in the world you're incapable of. And then he goes into the crippling bit. And I was like, oh, D. Oh, sad, 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 sad D.
Yeah.
So sad.
Because he feels like he's disappointing her.
Ugh, I know.
Dawson.
And you know what? Ugh. It's just so awkward and comfortable for Joey.
Yeah, oh, I know. Joey's like, oh, good Lord.
But she goes over to Pacey's immediately and starts grilling him right off the bat about school. And she's like, why did... Yeah.
I liked how Bessie, before she even started talking to Pacey, said, try not to bruise him.
Oh, that was Gretchen.
Oh, that's Gretchen. Oops. The sisters are...
See, the older sisters are
blurring.
kind of melding together.
They are. That's funny. Try not to bruise him. It reminded me of Rinsed.
Yeah, Rinsed.
Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
But yeah, she's just like, what's going on with school? You're failing. Why didn't you tell me? Yada, yada, yada. And he's like, oh, this is just great for Dawson. I bet he was so happy to deliver that news. He gets to swoop in on his soulmate with a big fat I told you so. And Joey's like, it is so messed up that I am not the one that you contact in case of an emergency. Pacey's like, well, I'm handling it. And Joey gets real pissed and says it shouldn't even surprise her because, you know, after all, doesn't Pacey run away from everything? Doesn't he always take the easy way out?
Yikes.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, I'm such a loser, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're not a loser. I didn't spend my summer with a loser building what I thought was an incredible foundation for a relationship. But now she feels she couldn't have been more wrong about them being a great team. Because they're a shitty team. Oh, yikes. They're nothing but drama, these two.
I know. It's too much drama. I was hoping this would be a drama-free relationship.
I know. It's really annoying because, like... we didn't get any respite from the drama at all.
I know.
We're right back into the drama.
I know, and I get like it's a TV show and you need to have drama or else it's like they're just happy and there's no story there.
But every single episode with Joey, there's been drama.
Yeah.
She hasn't been happy in one single episode, I don't think.
Yeah, it's like just let Pacey and Joey be happy and have all the D fall on Dawson. Or the drama fall on Dawson.
Yeah, or like, yeah, some drama for some other characters for a bit.
Yeah.
You know, some of these characters need to be happy. I mean, I think that's the problem. Is like none of the characters are happy ever. They're all always suffering.
I know, it's especially Jen.
Every single one of them.
My God.
Yes, Jen is like really being punished for having sex.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Infuriatingly. Yeah. I mean, what's she gonna do now?
She's gonna go get with a guy who actually can treat her right. That's my hope. I know it's...
Yeah, she's probably like, join the nuns.
I know it's not gonna happen. I'm like, come on,
no,
Jen.
She should. It's very frustrating.
Ugh.
And like, yeah, Andy's had no happiness.
No.
I mean, I guess she's getting better, but it's like, it just seems like no one ever gets to feel the high, you know?
Yeah, they just get pummeled down back into the dirt.
And I kind of miss like the drama of like when Dee was still pursuing film, and there was like the strong Nikki was like a strong woman who was challenging him and like pushing him to be better. Like I miss that. I feel like now Dawson is just like, I mean, yeah, he's doing photography, but I just feel like he's such a nothing right now.
I know, and he looks so good
like
right now.
Oh, I think he looks awful.
I think he looks great. He looks like...
his hair.
I love his hair.
Too long.
His hair is perfect.
No, I hate it.
His face is filling out. He looks good.
I don't know. I think he looks awful.
Oh, no. I think Dawson looks good.
He's not for me.
I'm Team D right now.
No.
That's funny.
It's like greasy. It's way too long.
I disagree.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's not, I don't like it. So, I don't know. I just wish that we got to have some sort of happy moments.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
I guess that's just not good TV, though.
Yeah, at least definitely not this show.
No.
And then it sounds like Gretchen is warning Pacey about, make sure he doesn't sabotage his relationship with Joey.
Right.
And she kind of lets him know, like, yeah, Dad and Doug are really, like, hard to live with, and they've caused a lot of issues, but they're not your problem. Your real problem is Dawson. That's what Gretchen tells him. And she's like, but you have to remember that Joey picked you. Joey picked Pacey. She didn't pick Dawson. Yeah. Which, that is insecurity for Pacey, too, because... I mean, I would be threatened by Joey and Dawson's relationship if I were Pacey.
Would you?
That's like so much history. Yeah.
Hmm. So you're the jealous type.
Well, I think it's everyone's a little jealous. I mean, that's a big deal, especially if Joey had been like pining kind of for him on the boat and like,
Mm.
stressing that she wants to rebuild the relationship. It's just like
Yeah.
it's a little hard. So, I mean, I get where Pacey's coming from, but he does have to kind of get over it.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, it's been months.
Yeah, especially after
They've been
the hot and
together
heavy
4 months
summer.
now.
Yeah.
3 months at least.
So,
Yeah, I mean, they must have so many inside jokes and everything. I mean, that's kind of the thing. They don't ever talk about being on the boat other than in really abstract, vague terms. Like, I don't know.
yeah, if I just got back, that would be all I was talking about.
No, oh, we saw this crazy sailor, and remember that night you thought you caught a fish and it was really a rat? Like stuff like that. Like, they don't talk at all about what happened on the boat. Like, how did they physically sail? Like, didn't it get really cold at night? Like, I'm curious about all the, like,
Yeah.
details of it.
Well, yeah, because it's
But,
such a different experience.
yeah, and it's their first time, like, living on their own without their parents.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're both kind of been on their own. Like, I guess Joey hasn't had a parent around in forever. But it's their first time being away from Capeside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of a missed
Like,
opportunity of the show.
neither of them, I don't think, have been able to travel much.
No.
So it's just kind of upsetting that we're really not getting any insight into that.
Yeah, I know.
Um, but yeah, Gretchen's just like, yeah, your problem's not Dawson, or your problem's not Doug, and it's not Dad, it's Dawson. And your real problem is that Joey picked you because now you have to accept that she picked you and accept that you're worthy of her love and own up to it. So Pacey's left with that little tidbit of knowledge. And then we're back at the country club, and this lady who's like the chief of the waiters is apparently accusing Joey of forging some of the seats because when Owen Ross is in Paris with his parents right now. So there's no way that he signed those receipts. So what is she doing? And apparently the guy was pretending to be Owen Ross, and it's the boss's son. And I am so confused.
Yes. His real name is Drew Valentine.
I know we're in time for Valentine's Day. We've got Drew Valentine.
Yes, listeners.
Yeah. And old Drew Valentine apparently saw Joey, really liked her sass, could tell that she lied her way into her job just by looking at her, and he wanted to play some games with her. What a freak, right?
Yeah, Mary, as he was like doing this whole spiel, he really reminded me of Little Yachty.
Oh my god, you're so right.
Doesn't he look like Lil Yachty a little bit?
Lil Yachty, I imagine him not as he is. I know I have an image in my mind of like, do you remember that movie Under Wraps, that Disney Channel original movie?
I do. I was actually thinking about that movie today.
I watched it recently. Do you remember the little kid that said, "Wow, that mummy really had to go"?
Yeah.
That's my mental image for Lil Yachty, and that's not what he looks like.
No,
but
not at all.
What does he look like?
He looks kind of like Drew Valentine. He had like long brown floppy hair. He was wearing like a white shirt, like little shorts, like a sailing outfit.
Yeah.
Played the violin.
Well, I think this Drew Valentine's going to be trouble.
I was thinking that too. I was like, I think he's going to try to romance Joey. Like Lil Yachty did.
School, yeah, prep school freak. Yeah, and I wonder, well, because, yeah, I mean, Drew Valentine, he's, like, got his eye on the upper echelon, and he can sort of escort Joey into that hoity-toity world.
Yeah, Pacey's going to be so threatened by him.
Yeah, he's like Dawson 2.0.
Wouldn't it be crazy if when Pacey and Joey were on their sailing trip, they ran into Lil Yachty's boat and saw him?
Maybe they did.
I want to see that episode.
Yeah, I remember like Joey was pretending she knew all these bars in New York.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Oh, Joey. Yeah, she's a liar.
She is, yeah. I think we've all been there before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't trust this Drew Valentine at all.
Well, he's proven himself to be untrustworthy.
Yeah, true. So meanwhile, Jen is looking to Dawson for comfort about this breakup, and I'm like, good luck. He's just gonna talk about himself all day.
Oh.
You know, that's Dawson's way. But Dawson, is waxing poetic. He's like, the sooner you let yourself feel, the sooner you'll be able to love again. Ugh, Dawson. Jen's like, he's like, Jen, you helped me through the worst of times. I learned a lot from you. I learned that love can suck, and feelings fade, and partners come and go, but friendship remains sacred. And then he says, without them, this summer, it would have been a huge black hole of depression. I'm like, what did I say? Dawson's just going to talk about himself. And Jen's like, you're too earnest. And I agree. But Dawson's like, with friendship, it might be the worst of news, but it's always going to come with the best of intentions. And then Jack rolls up.
Oh, Jack. Oh, yeah. I liked
You
how.
don't remember?
Yeah, no, I was reading this quote. I just liked how Dawson
Oh.
told Jen that he really learned a lot from her. That was
Yeah.
really nice. I thought, like, oh, good. Someone's acknowledging how wise and helpful Jen has been.
Yeah, and how kind of selfless.
Yeah. And yes, and then Jack shows up, and it sounds like everyone is just apologizing to everyone.
But you know what's fucking crazy? Is no one ever talks about Abby Morgan anymore.
No.
Because I was just thinking, like, the death of Abby Morgan was kind of the turning point for Jen,
Yeah.
but no one talks about it.
Yeah, maybe it's too painful. It is weird, though.
I think they don't care. Weren't they kind of making jokes when she died?
Making jokes. I don't
Well,
remember.
I mean, I just think they didn't get. I think they were saying stuff like, I don't care. I didn't like her.
Hmm. I mean, Jen was the closest to her.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember Joey and Dawson being like, I don't really care.
Oh, well, then maybe they don't want to talk about her now.
Yeah. It's just kind of wild.
Yeah, no, it is. They've moved on.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad for Abby. R.I.P.
Yeah, I know. She was a good character.
She was.
So Pacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, so then Jen apologizes to Jack. And I don't really think she needs to, but okay. And then Jack says he's sorry too. Sorry's for everybody. Sorry's all around. And Jen has this great insights like all relationships end in one big messy sorry. Very true.
Yes.
And Jack's like, it sounds like somebody's drowning herself in an economy-sized vat of self-pity. I was like, okay, that doesn't roll off the tongue. But it is nice to see Jack and Jen there for each other again.
Yeah, yeah.
I like their friendship.
Oh, yeah. So then I think Pacey and Joey, they have their turn at the docks.
Yeah.
And she isn't really liking him so much right now. That's how it seems, anyway. And Pacey kind of tells Joey, like, she wrecked him. And that once he got what he wanted, he's been a wreck. Because he's been waiting for her to realize that Pacey is just a big, here's that word that Dee threw out, disappointment. And what she really wants is to be with Dawson. But Joey and Pacey, they had that magical summer, Mary, and they're creating their own history.
Right.
And now they have to weather the storm. So they did. They had like the bliss that as we've talked about, didn't get to see and experience and enjoy. Yeah. So now they're back on dry land. This is the real test. And Joey, I think, says it's going to be the details that define us. So from now on, they're going to have to, like, I guess take it more seriously and take it slowly. And, like, probably it's going to be a lot more real. Because being on the boat would just feel like a dream, Right. And Pacey, eventually, he opens up. He tells Joey that he's scared. He's really scared. He asks her for help, and she says that she's there for him and she's not going to go anywhere without him.
No, it was very sweet, but then she kind of dropped a bad word.
Did she?
She said that she used.
Oh yeah, I didn't write that down because I wanted to.
I didn't write it down, but it was kind of like jarring to hear.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I was like, no.
I was like, whoa. Even 20 years ago, I think people were not using that.
I know, it's hard to remember. I feel like it wasn't like the most respectful thing to say back then either.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, no.
It was just a little disappointing hearing it come from her.
I know, God. Everyone's disappointing lately.
Yeah, everyone is. So, you know, that's that episode. It wasn't my favorite.
No, I was like kind of like really upset with the Henry stuff. And nothing very exciting happened.
It wasn't exciting.
Yeah.
And it was just a bummer that Pacey's failing, and
I know.
That was really the crux of it, just Pacey's failing. That's the whole story of the episode.
Yeah, I feel like Drew Valentine is kind of fun. That was the only fun we had.
That was the only fun. Yeah, and Joey using the word bitchery. That was fun. But nothing else was fun.
Yeah. Oh, the music stuff was fun.
That wasn't fun. That was just a detail.
It was fun for me.
I guess for you, it's all in the details.
That's right. That's right.
That define a fun episode. For me, it's the drama.
I know. You're all about that D.
Yep. All right. Well, I would give that episode a C-.
I know. I kind of want to give it a D just for Dawson.
Oh, yeah. Give it a D.
I'll give it a D.
Well, listeners, I hope it wasn't a D on your end listening to us. Now, Christine, do you have any thing to report?
Mary, I am really excited this week because I do have something to report. Woo! So, this is a different kind of, we'll see if this counts, but...
Oh, you don't even know if it counts.
I don't, because I did it a little differently this time. So, as we talked about, Valentine's Day is coming up. And for my job, I'm kind of in charge of making sure we have blog posts that go up every Friday. So the blog post that we're doing this Friday is related to Valentine's Day. And you gave me a bunch of quotes with hearts, like heart in it. So in the blog post, they had like, I was editing it. It was like submitted by a company we work with. And, they had wrote something about, like, their hearts were beating very fast. And I didn't really like the way they worded it. So I changed it to say, our heart is a fixed point for advocating for this issue. So
you plagiarized.
I put it in the blog post.
Wow.
So, I mean, and I have to say, well, I changed it from, like, it was a plagiarization of a Sting song, is what they used originally. And I was like, oh, we can keep that for social media, but I don't know if it should be in the blog post. So, my boss...
Plagiarized still Dawson Cries. Or Dawson Cries.
Yeah, well, I didn't use the same, it's not exactly the same.
Right, it's not the same word.
No, but, the heart is a fixed point is in there, and my boss still has to edit it. So I'll see if it.
So she might.
I'll see if it makes the final cut. But
yeah, I think you get the point.
Yes, I was like,
you get the point. You submitted it. That's kind of extra credit.
Thank you, Mary. I really
good.
hope it lives in perpetuity. I can't even think of the word. You know, on and on. In
infamy.
In infamy.
So I got something to report too.
Mary, oh my God.
So you gave me the quote, "We live in a crass age."
Yes.
Which obviously we do. I mean, this week we've had horrible, disgusting examples of that. But I kind of did it. I mean, I did a warm up with it. So as Christine knows, I've been doing stand-up comedy the past month.
Yeah.
For fun.
She's very good.
Oh, thanks, girl. So I did it. I'm a beginner. So I did it recently, and I told this story, and this kind of slipped out of my mouth. I was telling this joke about it's not important. I won't get into the whole joke. But I was talking about my grandfather accidentally walking into the movie Harold and Kumar Escaped Guantanamo Bay, thinking that it was a war documentary. And I like was like, oh, and he came out and he was like, well, that was crass. So crass kind of slipped out of my mouth then, and it jogged my memory that crass was in my head because of this dare. So then today I was at work and my boss was like, this we deal with the public, and he was like, oh, there's so many people with all these horrible smells. Everyone either reeks of cigarettes or they're like, smothering themselves with perfume. And I was like, we live in a crass age.
Nice.
And everyone stinks. Everyone stinks. And he didn't even bat an eye.
Mary, that's so great.
I said it.
Oh my God, go us this week. That's awesome.
I know. Aren't you proud, listeners?
Listeners, you should be amazed that we both did our
You should be. This is like
I'm amazed.
Shocking moment.
This is
one for the history books.
That is pretty cool. I mean, usually when I do them, it's like I'm with family.
Right.
But this was just a normal week.
Or we tweet them at some random Hemingway.
Right, yeah, random Twitter. Oh.
So this was good. We both did it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was a good episode for quotes. It wasn't a good episode in general, but it was a good episode for quotes.
Yes, I agree with you there.
So I have some for you. Let me see. Okay, so the first one is a Dawson quote. I apologize for my appalling lack of etiquette.
Oh dear, I'm gonna have to be really rude.
Yeah, you have to be rude. I mean, you could also use it in jest,
Oh, I suppose so.
If you forget to hold the elevator for someone or something.
That's kind of funny. That would be something Dawson would do.
Yeah. Okay, now here's another one. It's becoming an alarming trend.
Oh, that seems applicable.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I feel like there's one example I can easily say it about.
Yeah. Let's see. Which one do I want to give you now? I think I'll give you, what if I became a townie?
A DC townie.
Yeah. Well, you could say it because you're always joking about moving back home.
Oh, I know. Someday. I met someone from Scranton, Mary, in DC.
You did?
Yeah. There's this really nice ramen place that I went to for dinner last weekend. And you have to give, they're always so busy, so you have to give your phone number and they text you when the table's ready. And I was like, 570. He's like, where in Pennsylvania are you from? And I was like, Scranton. He's like, me too.
Wow.
I know we connected over it.
That's rando.
It was very rando. All right, Mary. So I got 3 dares for you. The first one is from Drew Valentine. You touch.
Oh, great.
I know. You touch me as very much in touch with your dark side.
You touch me as very much in touch?
Maybe that's not the right quote. You strike me as very much in touch with the dark side?
You touch me as very much in... That doesn't make any sense.
See, when I take notes, I write really fast, so I probably miswrote it.
It's very much in touch with your dark side?
I bet it's like you strike me as someone very much in touch with their dark side.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that's...
You touch me.
You touch me.
You strike me as someone very much in touch with your dark side.
Something like that, yeah.
All right. Very, very vague.
Oh, yeah. Then I want you to say, try not to bruise him.
Okay.
That's a great quote. And the third one, you could say, if you do it right, loving somebody's gonna hurt.
Oh.
That was like a darkroom conversation.
Oh, boy.
A drama.
The old darkroom. All right. Well, I think that's it, listeners.
Listeners, that is it. Thank you for sticking with us. If you are on social media, on Twitter specifically, you can follow us at WAH Dawson Cries, WAH Dawson Cries. If
I was just
you
like, where or why?
what? Wait. If you listen to us on iTunes, we invite you to leave us a 5-star review. That would be lovely. Um,
We invite you.
I invite you. I invite you very sincerely and warmly to do that.
And if you leave a 4 or under, we disinvite you.
Yeah, no, please don't. That's not written on the invitation.
No, no, no.
But we really do hope you enjoy the show. Let us know what you're doing this week, what you think about the episode, what you think about Lil Yachty version 2.
Yeah, let us know about our theories too for where this is headed.
Oh, yeah, Mary, you got a lot of theories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm speculating.
let's see if Mary's got her nose pointed in the right direction. Sniffing out that crass-smelling future.
Yes.
But listeners, yeah, we will be back. I mean, next week, Mary and I will be together. But I'm sure we probably could figure out when we could probably still record, Mary. We'll see.
Probably.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, if we don't, we wish you a very romantic and happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, ooh la la. We hope you all lose your V cards.
Yes, lose your V cards, get a Valentine's Day card. Hopefully it's from a booba or two. Because you know the French coined the term ménage à trois. All right, listeners.
All right, have a great week.
Yes, goodbye.
Bye.